Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Christiane Northrup, you know, because you're on my channel, but I have my good friend, Belinda Womack, here today from Montana. This is her latest book, and it is called Angel Abundance, Revelations on True Wealth from the 12 Archangels. Now, I met Belinda in Maine, man, maybe 2016 or 17. When did you move from Maine? It was right around then.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
August 2016 is when I met you.
Yes. And when I got her book, I said, I looked and I saw that she was in Freeport, Maine. And I said, how could this be? How can I not know this woman? So I just called her up and made an appointment and went over and met her and the wonderful apple-headed Siamese cat at the time. And I found Belinda and her work absolutely life-changing. And since that time, she no longer does personal readings, but tell us a little bit about what the work is that you're doing, and then we'll get into the book.
Well, I do sometimes do personal readings.
Okay.
Chris, what happens is that the angels will say, you're going to do this for a while now. No, you're not going to do this right
Okay.
now. Now you're going to do this again.
Okay.
But we do have, it's the angel school. It's called the School of Spiritual Evolution, where all of the courses that I have channeled for them to help a person change their life in really remarkable ways. That's where their courses can be found on my website, which is either belindawomack.com will take you there, or Belinda Womack School of Spiritual Evolution. They both take you to the school.
All right. Now, what I want everyone to know is there's a lot of stuff in this area, angels and all of that, which material that doesn't get to the heart of our pain. And Belinda's work gets to the heart of it through the inner child. I want to read you a little something when she started to work with the 12 archangels. I was struggling with a lack of money, lack of self-confidence. Let's go back some 30 years when I was invited to a Meet Your Guardian Angels workshop. Months prior to the workshop, I had a surprise visit from Archangel Gabriel, who blew a trumpet and said, hello, you're working for us. And she was a biologist at the time in pediatric cancer research. And it turned my life upside down, which I remember Carolyn Mace years ago saying, it's a day at the beach for an angel to wipe out your job and your marriage. I mean, so what we need to know, people, is sometimes to get to the beauty of life, you've got to go through some other stuff. Anyway, Gabriel told me I was soon to leave my job as a pediatric cancer research technician to help human beings reconnect with their divinity, which she does. And I was completely confused, she said. But by attending the workshop, I was hoping to gain some understanding of what was happening to me. The teacher of the class guided us into meditation. We were told it may take a full 90 minutes to meet our two angels. My head was splitting. I was not a meditator. I was a biologist, which I love. And what on earth was I doing in this class? I closed my eyes, connected with my inner child. Somehow I knew to focus my mind on sensing her presence. This is key, everybody. She helped me ignore the distraction coming from the fierce pain in the middle of my head that much later I learned was the reawakening of inner sight. And I believe a lot of people are going through exactly that right now. Little Belinda, as I call her, took me by the hand and we stepped into a circle of colorful lights. At first, all I could see was the swirling color, and then I saw them, 12 huge angels, each holding a gift. I immediately had the thought that I had done something wrong because I was supposed to connect with 2, not 12. And I remember Gabriel stepping into the circle, giving the gift of communication. Michael was next with the gift of truth at the highest vibration of love. I do not remember the other 10 gifts given that day, but I trust my little Belinda received them for me and that we have used them and shared them for decades Now, this is the part I want you to all, because you can all relate. A few months after meeting the 12 archangels of the central sun, I left my job. And shortly after that, it dawned on me that I was in big trouble. I had no savings, no employment, and a mortgage loan heading to foreclosure. I was drowning in panic. Now, this is like this key sentence. To be completely honest, and how many of us haven't been there? To be completely honest, I had this ungrounded and completely crazy idea that when you work for God, money magically appears in your bank account. And so this is a book about how you can work for God and still be abundant. And it's out now, correct? It's out everywhere.
So you can get it through Inner Traditions, the publisher right now, innertraditions.com. And by July 4th, you'll be able to get it through Amazon.
Okay.
The book is in stock.
Got it. Okay. Now, the other thing that you do, and I know this personally, everybody, because Belinda is the one, and my audience knows my whole story with Ron and all of that, because that all, he left in April of 2020, right about when the world went into this seriously fast spiritual upgrade. I call it, it's like, you're in the crucible now, humanity, you better remember your divinity, because if you don't remember your divinity, it's going to get really rocky for you. So Belinda is the one who said to me, oh, no, Ron is he's your twin flame. You're both some kind of angel. What was it?
Cherubim.
That's
Cherubim.
Cherubim. And then, and she helped me get him through the portal and all of that after he left the earth plane. And so I want you all to know that my experience with Belinda's work has been absolutely profound. And, Belinda, shall we, bring in the 12 big guys and just see what they have to tell our audience? I would love it.
They are here. What they ask is, do you have a question for them, or a specific area that you would like for them to address that you feel would be the most helpful to your audience?
Yes. Many people are concerned about the bankruptcy of the United States and the Federal Reserve petrodollar, which is inevitable, actually. And then the coming in of the CBDC, the central bank digital currency, and moving from, my audience understands that book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, and how the Federal Reserve was taken over and we were made into debt slaves by the monetary system, because they have been able, through the Federal Reserve, which is neither federal nor is their reserve, how they've been able to just print money out of air and then charge people interest, and then they can do whatever they want. And that's coming to an end. So I would love to have the 12 archangels just give us some reassurance on not only that, which is kind of global, but what we individually can do, which includes, by the way, reading this book. Okay.
We are the 12 archangels of the central sun. And what we do need to reassure everyone that is listening is that truly divine oneness is in charge. Everything that plays out on your planet, everything that happens in Schoolroom Earth, as we call it, is designed to help you to learn. What are you learning? You are learning that you are made of love, and that love is the greatest power. And as you remember this, your vibration goes up. And as your vibration goes up, everything in your reality changes. And so what we ask of you, it's completely your choice. That is the thing of Schoolroom Earth. Everything is about choice. Well, we ask you to consider the choice, to say no to the drama, and to say no to the fear. By asking to be filled with truth, because truth is an energy, and truth brings you awareness. Yes, it does bring you awareness, but it brings you protection. It brings you protection that allows you to move through the drama and to experience something quite different than what, no matter what the news says or the documents of truth that you are reading and learning. Your prosperity, your abundance does flow to you directly from source. And what we ask for you to do is, instead of asking for more money, which you now have proof that it is made of air and nonsense, that you go directly to source and you say, I need, and you fill in the blank. For example, perhaps you need security. Perhaps you want safety. You want lasting, sustainable security for yourself, for your family. Ask Source, Creator, Divine Oneness, Mother, Father, God, for what you really want, what you really need. As you do this, you transform the global story because you are bringing in truth at the highest vibration. You are not getting lost in the drama, in the make-believe, in the who has control of what, because we tell you honestly and transparently that all money, all currency, it is made of illusion and it is made of fear. If you want prosperity, then receive it from Creator by keeping your vibration pure, full of love, full of gratitude, full of compassion. And you will know no financial lack or suffering. This is divine law working for you in your life. Use what works, humanity. Use the power of love, and you will find that all you need, whether it is plastic money, digital money, paper money, there's more than enough to take very good care of you. We thank you for being courageous, for choosing love. Your true wealth is happiness. So we'll give you a shortcut that if you hold in your intention, fill me with happiness, I want more happiness, then you have nothing to fear. And the world will change for the better because of your choice.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I just wanted to say, Chris, that the 12 archangels are, as I channel them, are bringing in, it's kind of hard to find the perfect words, but even more love, because what they are doing to anyone that is listening, they are giving your atoms a powerful whammy of love that then reaches through the deep subconscious that we all share in the human collective. They are going through us to reach that human collective. And so that is what they are doing. And I just want to be upfront with you and your amazing people.
Oh, I love that. I love that, everybody. So you can re-listen if you need another hit. I'm going to. Now, one of the things that you talk about in the book, and it's very, very practical, everybody. So I want you to just first is accepting the invitation, which we've just done, accepting the invitation, the spiritual laws that help you raising your vibration is part 2. The singing colors of the central sun, the purple door, and I'm going to ask Belinda to take us through that one, and keeping watch of the old male and the old female. I think that those 2 things are so key. Can you talk for a minute about the old male and the old female? Because this collective Earth history is being upgraded. And as it's upgraded, all that stuff, it's sort of like if you got to clean out, well, I just cleaned out a cooler that had been on the porch with some old stuff in it all winter long. All right. So the first thing that you do, you put in the water, and then all the crap on the bottom comes up, and all the water, and then finally, it clears up. So that's kind of where we are. But this old male and old female, I think about the feminist movement, toxic masculinity, all of that stuff is now coming up to be cleared. So if you just give us the definition of the old male and the old female.
So the old male and the old female are archetypes of fear. We are on Schoolroom Earth to experience fear, which is the opposite vibration of love, and love is the greatest power. But here on Earth, we get to experience any dilution of love, meaning love is diluted with fear. And that creates all kinds of trauma and havoc, and quite the scrunch on the bottom of anybody's cooler. So the old male is symbolic for the when the ego drops in vibration from fear. So that's controlling thoughts, judging thoughts, the critical thoughts, and just going into fear, a fear of not enough. Where the old female, and they definitely go together, the old female is incredibly crafty. She hits us emotionally and through our feelings, and she's an expert at making us believe that we're unworthy to receive, that we are victims of our circumstances, we are powerless, and we can't do anything to change what's happening. For example, with the banking story, whatever it is, she comes in there and says, oh, you don't have any power. Where the old male is there saying, obey, keep your mouth quiet, and do what you're told, and stay in control. So throughout human history, part of the story is that as human beings have been able to experience fear in all of its different disguises, we have become far more masculine, being driven into the male mind, believing that we have to be analytical, rational, controlling, and we have to have proof for everything. Where the feminine mind is where intuition or truth from spirit flows through our minds, and so we know the truth. And that feminine is also our ability to feel, to be creative, to receive creative genius ideas that will always provide and take care of us. Basically, that feminine mind is what allows us to connect with angels, our higher self, our loved ones in heaven. And so what the old male and the old female do, that fear comes in and it says, oh no, be over there in the male mind. Don't even feel your feelings. They're worthless. But to feel our feelings, that very simple, basic human thing, allows that feminine, creative, intuitive mind to open and to take care of us, because that's where we receive. One of the main things that the old male and the old female love to do, besides fill us with anxiety, is to take that connection with God away from us. God, and Belinda and the angels use all terms: Mother, Father, God, the divine Mother, Father of the great universe, divine love. It's all the same.
Yeah.
But that's what fear does, is it separates us from source. It says, get over there in that ego mind, believe in fear and that you are in danger. Where if you go into your feminine, bigger part of your brain, that intuition, especially when you are connected with source, is going to say, don't buy into the nonsense. It's a waste of your time. You have far more power than you believe you do. And if you focus on that vibration, then all of the shenanigans playing out on Schoolroom Earth are not going to interfere in your life. They just won't.
Now, isn't that something that all of you need to hear? We all need to hear that, because I really think the old male, the old female, a part of our schoolroom experience is to develop the focus to stay in that source love instead of look here, look here, look here, look here, you know. And one of the things that you told me that I love, and I have shared this with my audience, so it's hilarious to me. Okay, so Belinda goes, she goes, well, there's this wonderful man coming, and you know, he'll come, but you can't be in a space where you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm Joan of Arc and I have to save France and then I have to get burned at the stake. What I did after I heard you say that, Belinda, besides sharing it with my audience, because what I find is that the most personal things often are the most universal. We all have our version of that same thing. But I happen to have a couple of these medals of Joan of Arc that I got from whatever the cathedral was in France. I kid you not. And so, of course, those had to go. Those had to go away.
Yes.
So here we are, and we're going into a time of massive upgrading of humanity. And can you imagine how much easier this will be if you are connected to that inner child, the inner divine child, not the inner wounded child? And Belinda in her other book has given exercises for how you work with the wounded child. But can you take us through the purple door and into the garden, and you know, just sort of for everybody's inner child, so they feel what that is?
Well, let's let the 12 archangels escort everyone there.
I love that. Okay, good.
Beautiful beings, when you're ready, close your eyes and take a deep breath of everlasting love into the cells of your humanity. And breathe out fear. Before you is a beautiful purple door. And we are going to lead you from your ego male mind into the precious divine feminine mind that is also called heart at the highest vibration, where miracles happen, where you remember who you truly are. Now, before you open the purple door, there are some old males and old females, archetypes of fear. You can call them old dinosaurs if you prefer, but they're blocking the door. You will find in your left pocket a spray bottle filled with Divine Mother's ruby love. Get out that spray bottle and spray them and say, out, 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 old male and old female. I choose love. I choose love to lead me forward. And you take your hand, your left hand or right hand, and you touch the crystal doorknob and you open the door and you enter into the amazing, feminine, intuitive, creative bigger brain. And you step into a beautiful emerald garden. The green is so rich, you might think you are in Maine. So beautiful. Your divine inner child is waiting for you. She is sitting on a ruby sofa. Sit next to this child. Open and receive. What kind of help do you need? The ruby sofa is actually Archangel Chamuel. All of us are present. This is where we live. We live within heart. Tell us, how can we help you? What do you need, precious one? Enjoy.
So everybody, that's how you go there. And in the book, there are many exercises like this. And because you've heard Belinda's voice and you've heard the angels coming through her, it gives you an imprint of that, so that as you're reading the book, you can, oh, by the way, is this recorded? Is it on Audible or is it in print only?
I recorded the book for Inner Traditions.
Oh, good.
So I'm the narrator, and that will be released July 4th as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, because what I find with all Audible books, I always have to have a sample first. There are some voices I just can't, they're not the right vibration, but having you read it, it's wonderful. And I have done many of my own books, so I know exactly what that takes.
Yes,
It's
lots of work.
It's not, did you go into a studio to do it, or were you able to do it from home?
I did it from home. Yeah, I had to have a new mic and some sound panels, and I had to do the rough editing myself. So that was a lot of work.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a lot of work. And, you know, this is, again, on Schoolroom Earth, folks, when you're working for God, it's still chop wood, carry water. I mean, it is. And it's so interesting that you know, that you say that there's that idea that somehow, here's the idea that I always had, which was someday I would write a book that would just write itself, and I'd go into a trance, and then I would write the book, and I would wake up and the book would be all there, you know, because that was like a fantasy that some people talked about, like way back with the channeled books. And I suppose that happens, but we are here in a physical body on planet Earth, because this is a place, I believe, for massive physical growth. Like, these are the big leagues. This is the postdoctoral school. You know, this isn't like kindergarten. So what have you found then through the years, since that 30 years ago, when you began to work with the 12 archangels? How has your life blossomed and changed in ways that you couldn't possibly have imagined?
Oh my goodness, that is a very big question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I have to be, you know, the ultimate answer in this, Chris knows I cannot tell a lie, is I am most of the time incredibly happy. And the other thing is that I never expected to find my twin soul. And it took me till I was 42 to get married to Michael. And we become closer friends every year, and it's been 20 years. And I want to say to women or men, don't give up on that beloved appearing in your movie. But it takes work, and it takes lifting up that baggage from childhood and sometimes past lives that says that you're unlovable. So that would be the main thing. I would say that has shifted because we don't, it would take us 15, 30 years to go through my childhood, but it was a train smash, as my friend in Australia would tell you. So to lift up all of that unworthiness and feeling unlovable, that miracle it's tremendous. And so I want to report, not that you're asking me to report, but truly my life keeps getting better. I'm still working on the work-life balance. I still work a bit too much, but I have to say it's work that I love.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really true. By the way, I feel the same, that my life keeps getting better. And I'm at a place where I'm really happy with my own company. Like, nothing is missing. And so I wanted to ask you about that giant frog that was out in my pool this morning. Does he have any message for me?
The giant frog.
Yes. I sent you a text message with a picture. See if that's on your phone. I don't know if that came through, but this was fascinating that here we are, we're about to have this conversation, and I look in my pool and I've never seen a frog this big. The little ones aren't even there. By the way, everybody, I've consulted with Belinda about frogs in the past, so this is like a continuation. But for me to see this, I mean, he was like that big on the step, just one. And I always feel that God speaks in animals and in flocks of birds and whatever. So I figured while I had her here, I would ask Belinda about that frog.
What I hear that the message from your big bullfrog is saying to you is that which you are doing, frog says, let love keep clearing your personal space.
Yeah.
Let love fill your house, because frogs always bring energy clearing, by the way.
Okay.
And you have good news coming. That's very close, because he was sitting on your front step, so close to the door.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
He's a
All
very happy frog.
He
Yes.
didn't move. When I videotaped him, he did not move 1 inch. Just let me get really close with my phone. And yeah, I mean, I've worried that I didn't have enough frogs. And then, of course, I've always had enough frogs. But this guy, he's very early. Normally, they don't come till July. So,
Well, he says that you needed his message. And isn't that beautiful what you just said? Because in angel abundance, the angels teach us that we're not here to have lack in any area of our life, not even lack of frogs.
that's fantastic. Okay, well, I think everybody at this point, you know enough about Belinda and this work and this vibration that you want to run out and get the book and or listen to it on Audible, because there's so much in here. In fact, Belinda, one of the things that happened to me as I began to read the book, there was a thing about heartache, because I was having some heartache, and I just read the thing and it just cleared. It was like, whoa, whoa. And I believe it was called Activating Heart Power, where the main thing is, everybody, when you, it was called, here it is, page 91, Transforming Your Heartache. Let's just do one more exercise. If you could have the 12 archangels move us through transforming your heartache.
They may not do it exactly how it is in the book, because they love to always do things differently, just so that's
Absolutely. No, that's fine. I just, the basic theme, because this was so helpful for me. So I figured,
okay.
yeah.
Beautiful ones. The first thing that we need to tell you is that heartache is not your fault. It's very human to have longing. So what we ask for you to do is take a deep breath of love in. You're going to step through the purple door. And before you is a beautiful violet sea. And this sea has beautiful turquoise waves. And what you are going to do is take the hand of your divine inner child and welcome every self within you that still hurts, that still carries a bruise from the past, hasn't quite been able to move on. When you begin to link hands one in another, forming a beautiful line of selves of you, when you walk into the violet sea, this is the energy of forgiveness. It is made of energy so you can breathe. When you walk into the violet sea, and a beautiful, rich turquoise wave comes and sweeps all of you deeper, deeper out into the violet ocean. As you say within your being, heartache, I honor you. I let you go. I forgive you, even if I don't want to. I let you go. And the turquoise wave picks you up again. It reaches deep down in the violet sea and it lifts you. And all of those hurting, wounded selves are carried to the central sun, the heart of source. And that energy returns to you. It returns to your beautiful divine inner child. And you find yourself magically standing on emerald ground. You see, we have restored your heart power. This is your natural, organic, divine ability to attract into your reality, into your life, exactly what will bring you happiness. No more heartache. Joy, happiness, abundance, true wealth, new beginnings. Enjoy.
Perfect. Well, that is a wonderful place for us to stop the recording. Belinda, thank you so much. Once more, if you could tell people where to find you, it's Belinda Womack, WOMACK.com. And what was the other one?
Well, that website will automatically
Delegated everything.
take you
Okay.
to the other one.
BelindaWomack.com.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. This is exactly what the world needs right this very now moment as we head into this summer. So thank you so much.
Thank you.